Oof. Bastards. Ugh. Damn it. Let's take a couple out. Alright. Coffee. Oh, yeah. There we go. Coffee beans. Yummy, yummy. There we go. Okay. Okay. Get the bowl loaded up. Get this coffee drunk up stuff and all that shit. All those ideas, man. And shit. So come on, finally. Decide without speech. Yeah, I guess I'll know it's bad if she's actually up for the task or not. Ugh, fucking nose, dude. Jesus. Ugh. Temperatures have dropped the last couple days, so now fucking my nose is just runnier than shit because of it being cooler. Ugh. And shocker, it sucks. It sucks. Yeah, play some tunes on here. Let's see. I'll play some of this. There we go. Probably gonna be loud, ain't it? Caught that in time. So it wasn't. Alright, there we go. Sweet. Well, that is a tiny, tiny light for the thing, but whatever. Guess it works. Better than nothing. What the fuck? What? What are you boofing about? Goofy down some up. Being a big old boofball. Watching this dog go after the couple of flies in here is hilarious. Watch him just be like doing that with his old ears all like zoned in, but also flopping around everywhere. It's so cute. He's such a goofy little dog. Just a goofy little thing. This dog is such a weirdo. Just a cute little weirdo. Let's see. Holy shit. This is getting a lot of support pretty rapidly and fundraising a lot too. $100 million in 24 hours. Holy shit. That's a fuckload of dude. Like, damn. Dems and DNC are putting all their bets on this. As soon as this happened and they pressure this, oh, man, they better hope that, you know, she's able to fucking cook a little. You know what I'm saying? Like, as fuck, dude. Like, I would hope that, you know, she is able to at least be a decent contender. Hey, my candidate, so whatever. Oh my. Replace Biden with Romney. Demhack hits new low in op-ed. Oh my god. Yeah, the ratchet effect definitely not, you know, a thing at all. That's a fallacy, my dude. Because, the Dems are actually, just trying to triangulate, my dude. Yeah, that conservative that ran against, like, the Mormon conservative ran against Obama back in 2012. That guy? Really? Yeah, let's run him. I'm sure Obama will be like, pretty interesting that we're now on the same team. Running with each other to make sure that we get Kalamala. Like, oh my god, dude. I think there's a lot of, like, more of the, like, kind of Biden conservative loyal side of the Democrats that are just like, we still want an old white man. We can't have none of this coconut pill nonsense of Kamala. We can't allow it. No. No. We must be allowed. It must be a good party that has nothing but old white guys in it. Aye. Definitely gonna be pretty interesting these next couple months, especially the including like the next couple weeks leading up here. It's gonna be pretty fucking interesting. And also, I mean, Trump and Kamala are definitely gonna be debating back and forth with each other, but is it gonna be like the same standard as like with Biden and Trump, like from the last time? Because I hope not. Like, she actually has a brain, and she actually is able to talk. You know, despite having like zany bars galore every now and then. So, I mean, like, I would hope that they at least make that more free flow, or like kind of more free form in a sense, kind of like more traditional like debates from back in the day. Because like this new like era of how they're doing debates is fucking garbage and just shitty as fuck, dude. We won't even fact check if they say anything incorrect or wrong. It's like, what? Then why are you moderators? Like, the whole point of being a moderator is so you could fucking, like, I don't know, moderate and fact check and shit like that. That's literally the point. Like, not just to sit there and be like, all right, your turn to talk. Okay, now your turn to talk. Now I have a question for both of you. You answer first. Okay, your response to that? Okay, by the way, we're not asking the same question anyway. So, your question is this. It's just like, what the fuck, dude? I really hope that, there's I think there's at least going to be one debate, but I hope they at least squeeze in two. Because I think, Kamala can't really just have one chance and just say, fuck it. Like, she's going to have to, I think, do two. Or three. Which, in such a short amount of time, I don't know. Like, maybe she could only afford to do one. Well, shit. Fucking F-15s are flying out. Everybody 24. Buttigieg isn't going to be the vice president. Like, I'm willing to say it now. It's probably going to be someone like Josh Shapiro. Governor of Pennsylvania, major swing state that Dems need to win. They're going to pick up, like, some generic old white guy from one of these states. I got a feeling. I mean, just knowing how the Democrats are, like, they like to do shit like that. I mean, look at Obama when he had Biden as VP then, right? So, we need a meme ticket. We already had that once, and look where it led to us. That led to the horrible nightmare that we're in now. So, I don't know if having a meme ticket is actually a good thing. Really wasn't a meme, she was a dildo. Wasn't talking about her. When I said meme, like a meme ticket, that's not what I was referring to. What's that? Yeah, the bees are out. Ugh. The new norm isn't the same as the old norm. What, that fucking shitty cartoon? Has that actually made like a full episode or two or anything? Or is it just that weird, like, 4-minute little bit that it released? Like, I'm really legit kind of weirdly curious about it because I want to see how fucking awful it can get. I know because Mr. Bertram at least went on for a little bit. And actually ended up, I think, almost weirdly enough, like, being unintentionally, like, woke more so than anti-woke. Because I've seen a few things about that where I'm just like, this just legit feels almost like, like it's a parody of itself. I mean, but with this new norm thing, I don't think it is. I think there's like some weird cash grab shit on that one. I mean, all of it's probably cash grab shit, but DJ ripped it. Well, he's a little late to the party on that one. Like, I've known about that dumb show for like well over a week now. In fact, it's been out for like a couple weeks. Let's see a few right here I can get. Heh. Bitches. They always try to make a conservative Family Guy. And it never works because, like, mainly due to two reasons. One, conservatives tend to just genuinely be really bad at comedy. And two, like, I mean, there's not really much that, you could do when it comes to actually, like, pushing, like, some sort of, like, like commentary, or something when it comes to conservatism. Like, at least, especially in a comedic format. I mean, it's not like it's impossible, but it's just, like, way fucking harder. And especially considering what, like, a lot of, conservatives and Republicans, especially, like, are really amped up about a lot usually these days. It's pretty much having to repeat the same jokes over and over again. Because it literally is. It just is repeating the same fucking shit over and over and over again. And it's just like it goes back to that first point. They suck at comedy. Conservative Rick and Morty. I mean, I, I mean, I don't even know like how that would work. I mean, because Rick and Morty isn't inherently leftist either. They had Elon Musk, as a guest once on like the second season or some shit with Elon Tusk or whatever the fuck. And plus, there's just straight up a lot of edginess and shit like that, which I guess, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Rick and Morty is, I mean, somewhat apolitical. It has political commentary in it for sure, but like, I wouldn't necessarily say like it's like overtly like left or right. Comedy is inherently liberal. I mean, not. I mean, not really. I mean, comedy is a subjective thing. So, I mean, like, what you view as funny is going to be like different than what maybe the broad general swath of the public might even think is funny. Because frankly, there are definitely a lot of things that I might find funny that a lot of people don't. But at the same time, I don't find a lot of things funny that a lot of people do too. So, and that varies depending on what that person finds funny. Where I'm just like, that's why conservative comedy is always bland. I mean, like I said, it's not necessarily like it's not impossible for conservative comedy to be funny, but it's really hard for it to actually like work without it necessarily basically being bland and rote and repeating the same old shit over and over again. So floated replaced Bob and Rob D. Dude, I saw that like literally 10 minutes ago. Get old generic white guy, to replace old generic white guy who's slowly but surely being demented. And also in the party that Obama's in too. So what, are they going to be working together now? Would that be the idea? Like, Mitt Romney, I know back in 2012 I ran against you, and you were running a hardcore campaign, but now our campaigns shall merge into one unholy alliance. People say Democrats aren't going further right. It's like, come on, dude. Like when there are like Dems unironically being like, "Hey, Mitt Romney, though," it's like they've gone right as fuck. Like it's like a basically like W, but more somehow bland and boring, and also a Mormon. Like, bruh, fuck that. Fucker. Oh, bitch. Turkey shoot on this motherfucker. That's right. I'll fly around back again and fuck me. Placed by him, Jank. Honestly, unironically, though. I'd be okay with that. Dude, imagine, like, Cenk get, like, doing, like, a State of the Union, and then Republicans are heckling him, and then he starts, like, popping off back at them a little bit. Dude, that'd be dope. Dude, honestly, like, President Cenk would actually legit be pretty fucking dope. It wouldn't happen, but it'd be cool. Imagine Anna in the White House. As long as Cenk keeps her away from the White House, I don't care. I don't like her, so fuck her. I mean, she, like, slowly but surely keeps, like, hanging out with, like, right-wingers and shit, and, like, being more open and sympathetic with them and stuff over the years. So it's like, why should I, like, honestly trust her at this point? Like, fuck her. I don't want her near the White House. Next thing she's gonna do, she'll be like, alright, so now I'm in the Oval Office talking with Charlie Kirk. It's like, Gasparian 24. Not Gasparian, dude. No. No. It's just, no. That simply is all I'll say with that. It's just a simple no. Kyle Kalinske is old enough. I don't think he would be interested in any of that. Though, I mean, he might as well. Honestly, I think it'd be more realistic to see him in Congress or something. Like, honestly, frankly, I would... Like, actually, I think honestly, for me, in my mind, I'd prefer him if he was in the House. Or, like, the Senate. For Kyle. At least thinking about it, I don't know. I feel like he would actually have way better influence or way better, like, position of power to kind of, make it influence and make it change a little bit. I think you make a fantastic congressman. Oh, yeah. Like, I mean, like, I honestly, like, the whole idea of, like, the squad, he would be that. But he would be, like, a one-man army instead, dude. Like, I'd be down to see that. Congressman Kalinske, dude. District 14 of New York or wherever fucking district he's in. Maybe he could actually fucking whip up the squad a little bit and actually, like, kind of make him actually be worth a fuck. Because I always, say that, like, or I've always said that, like, the squad kind of needs a squad leader a little bit. Like, especially if you want a cohesive team. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't think there was ever really that outside of AOC, but she basically just decided to, like, pretty much and like condition herself into the entire fucking system to the point where she was like simping for Biden on an Instagram live. I totally steal Palpatine's Empire speech in his inauguration. I mean, it wasn't like a Palpatine speech, but didn't he kind of do that with the RNC speech, which was the longest like convention speech I think ever? I actually looked it up and, saw how long he went on for. Trump literally spoke for an hour and 33 minutes. It's like, bruh. Like, holy shit. I think even for Trump, that's a long time. I didn't see that. Well, pretty much, I'll say this much. Like, the first 30 minutes were pretty much like, a lot of people asked me to hear the story about that fateful day. And I'll say it's very hard to, reflect on it, but I'll tell this only one time, and I won't say it again. And then he went on for, like, 30 minutes about, the story and his, broader thoughts or whatever the fuck. Pretty much left the entire room silent for, like, a good 30-something minutes, basically. And then, after that, he kind of just started going into typical Trump rally speech lingo. So it seemed like he just kind of like, rephrased his speech to where he just kind of like changed up how the rhetoric was with the initial theme in the first speech, and then just added a bunch of shit, telling the story, from his perspective, from the beginning, at the beginning of the speech. So if anything, it's not like he like totally scrapped the initial thing. I think he just like added a bunch of new stuff to it, because of what happened and shit. So I don't know, but either way, like all in all, like a lot of people are going to be talking about that first chunk. They're not really getting like, because when he went into like, typical like Trump rally mode, I mean, everyone just kind of went, like it went on for so long that even some people in this crowd were starting to look bored. So it's just like, I mean, he pretty much was there for like almost damn near like longer than he should have been, because he went on for a long time. But most people aren't going to know about that. Most people are just going to reference him talking about his brush of death kind of thing. We're talking about buying sundown. Can we talk about Trump's obvious decline cognitively? I mean, well, now that Biden isn't there, anymore, at least outside of just remaining as president up until whoever gets inaugurated. I mean, it's not really necessarily just that, but also about Kamala. Like, I mean, it's like, is she going to be able to, what she got up her sleeve? Like, that's kind of, because the thing is, we already know about like the old orange fart fuck. So, like, so what about, Kamala here, right? Like, she's the one where I think, it's like all eyes are on her right now, because, like, and I think rightfully so, because, like, now she's on the hot seat and also has, like, a chance to, like, be like, first black woman as president kind of thing. Like, so she's kind of got, like, a lot of shit on the hot seat, so to speak. I mean, so for her, like I find, like, I mean, for me, it's like, I don't like her, but if I'm looking at it from a normie's perspective, I would basically be withholding judgment, but probably be a little bit more open to her right now. And frankly, arguably, even with my positions in place, I probably would begrudgingly maybe vote for Kamala, maybe, but that's honestly up in the air right now. It's not really like a set in stone position of mine. Because I've mentioned it before. It's like, I'd take her at this point. Fuck it. Well, now, hey, the plate's right there. The dish is right there. So it's just like, now it's just like, oh, do I want this? Now I'm looking at it like wondering, well, now it's on my plate. It's like, do I want this? But I don't know. I mean, like I said, I will give it like this week. Like, I'll give her, let's see what she does, throughout this week and all that shit, and just see, and just kind of, because I really want to know what, like, the kind of general, like, geist is about this. Because I've already heard, frankly, some mixed feelings about this. I've heard a lot of people say, oh, we're still fucked. And I've heard a lot of people saying, oh, we have a chance. And I think, Trump's about to get fucked on kind of thing. Like, I'm hearing a lot of, like, mixed positions, but nothing really, like, like, cautiously. Everyone's, like, either like, oh, nah, it's still done. We're still, cooked kind of thing. Still kind of looking at it cynically. And then there's a lot of people who are like, the light. So I don't know. Like, there's nothing really in between it. That's why I'm kind of, being one of the rare few kind of in the middle of this right now, because I don't fucking know. Like, at this rate, I think it really could go one way or the other. I think we're back at that coin toss, election, result thing now. Like, now I feel like there is probably a coin toss again. Like, prior to the debate, with Biden and Trump, like I was, thinking, oh, well, there's possibly a coin toss chance, that it could go either way. But after that debate, I was like, nope, cooked. And then when everything else happened, afterwards, that, after that, like, post that debate, it just continued to validate that fucking shit. And now, and like, without that being a problem, it's like, I think now we're back at the coin toss chance again. And with that, I mean, there's at least a lot more of a chance of Trump not winning with that, and I'd rather take the coin toss chance. As much as a high risk bet that is, at least it's better than the House always winning, no matter the fuck what. When it comes to the other candidate, because that's really what the reality was going to look like if Biden had stayed the nominee. Like, it would have just been a loss. Like, Trump would have probably fucking landslide that shit and probably been the biggest like slam dunk since fucking Reagan. Like, I'm not kidding about that. But without Biden there now that whole metric is flipped. Well, not literally flipped, but now it's like, the table's flipped around and everywhere, so now shit's all jingled out and shit. Jumbled around. So, 50 state landslide? No. Not like a landslide like all 50 states. And Reagan didn't even win all 50 states. Minnesota was one of them, and I think it was either Washington or Oregon was the other one. There's like two, I think maybe 3 states that Reagan didn't win when it came to his, like, basically his mandate, but, like, but when it came to the electoral votes, he pretty much won most of them, essentially. I don't know about the popular vote, though, because obviously, when it comes to, electing president, the electoral college is priority first, and popular vote is, like, the last priority, so, I mean, it's, so I don't know what the popular vote looked like, because despite that, but at least when it comes to the electoral college, that's what matters, so, I mean, in all intents and purposes, it was. You don't have to win, like, every single, like, state, for that to be the case. I mean, you can win, like, 38 states, and that would still be, a landslide if you win the right ones and the ones with the big numbers. So, I mean, it's just one of those things where it, like, like if enough states, go, a certain way, then, yeah, it ends up being kind of a landslide. But now, I don't think so. If anything, now, especially down ballot candidates, I think have way more of a better chance on, winning their elections now, because it was getting to the point where even Biden staying on a ticket was hurting them, was hurting down ballot candidates. And it's like, and when you're so bad that you're hurting down ballot candidates that, for the most part, have fuck all to do with you, like, then you're fucking up and you need to go. It's like, that's like, you're, at that point, you're literally are being like a cancer, let alone like, leeching power and, from this party and shit. Like, at that point, you're being a cancerous, like, cell to the party, where it's hurting everything else. But, I mean, I don't know what the fuck Pelosi's power level is, but, I mean, I swear to gosh, it has to be some literal reptilian insectoid hybrid demon or some shit, bro, because, like, I don't know how in the fuck she's able to, like, be more powerful, like, at least be on competitive power levels of Clinton, dude. Like, what the fuck is up with her? Like, she's the one who's, like, influenced so much of this party to be going one way or the other. Like, fucking, spayed and neutered fucking AOC, fucking, got Biden to step down. Like, what weird, like, symbiote Hydra demon thing is living in her, dude? Like, holy shit, bro. Like, my God. I'm actually kind of like honestly, like, who's more of a freaky demon, Clinton or Pelosi now? Like, I'm starting to wonder. I'm starting to really wonder. Ooh, really makes me wonder. Oh, goodness gracious. Man, leave it to Pelosi for now to, like, maybe, like, or maybe not unironically, like, Kamala Harris claims to most of the delegates she needs for the nomination. She already get delegates? The convention hasn't even happened yet. Harris already looking ahead to take on Trump. Oh, well, here, you know what? Here, before I go, I might as well look at this, actually, really quick. Because I kind of want to get a gauge on this. I want to get a gauge on her. I want to know, like, you know, what's the vibe so far? Are we going to basically try to, like, ban Trump on Twitter again? Or
White House correspondent Mike Hemley, NBC News Capitol Hill correspondent Ryan Nobles, and New York Times.
Oh my God. Okay, well, let's just kind of skip just a little bit ahead. Just a little bit. We don't need to fucking go.
Boarding Air Force Two for that very short flight from the Washington area into Wilmington, Delaware. And from there, she'll head to the campaign headquarters, what was the Biden-Harris campaign headquarters, now the Harris to be determined campaign headquarters. And this is an important visit because since last April, when the president announced he was seeking a second term, his campaign has raised tens of millions of dollars, built a behemoth of an organization across the country, and hired tens
Okay, yeah, we get it. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, glisten up fucking mummy boy over there. Yeah, sure. What about Harris? That's what I'm here for.
To them that this was a campaign that was designed and built to win across the country and to beat Donald Trump, and it remains.
Well, it never ended up being that way now, didn't it?
And that everyone who was employed on the campaign will continue to be. But it's also an important opportunity for Harris to meet with the campaign leadership, and she wants to put her own stamp on this campaign. Every campaign is a reflection of the candidate it represents, and there is clearly, as much as Biden and Harris were a close-knit team over the last 3+ years, really almost 4 years since she joined the ticket in the summer of 2020, she does now lead the ticket and is going to want to have a campaign that represents her more fully. So there will be conversations as well about potential changes, ways in which her team will be layered into this operation, and what, if anything, is going to change now as she moves forward with the imperative of having to win an election with a...
Okay, so pretty much like no information really. Thanks, MSNBC. Wow, very informative. Yeah, she's gonna meet with, like, you know, campaign leadership to see what, if anything, she needs to change. I was at least hoping maybe, like, yeah, get, like, maybe a quote for her or something.
That this be somewhat of an open nominating contest, that there be the opportunity for others to put their hat in the ring if they are so willing to do so. And Schumer and Jeffries don't want to put their thumb on the scale until they absolutely have to. But listen to what Hakeem Jeffries, the House minority...
This whole, like, hey, anyone want to put their head in the ring, you know, idea would have worked back in, I don't know, fucking, like, February or March, my dude. Like, a little late for that, wouldn't you think? Like, the Oregon's primary is already done and over with. It's been done for months now. Like, I mean, yeah, just, like, fuck over, like, half the electorate with that, you know, I don't you? Like, I mean, just, I mean, at this rate, I think it's just logically the best, you know, like, logically in the most streamlined, you know, process to just have Harris as a nominee. And that's just what seems like the case, but, like, but are they really just going back for a pontificate? Like, well, I don't know what we're going to do. Blah, 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 blah. I shouldn't be that surprised that it's basically just a bunch of nonsense. But whatever. I was hoping maybe they at least have a little something. I mean, they're supposed to be, I don't know, journalists. That's why the fucking Ferris doctrine needs to be reinstated. Like, holy shit, bro. I feel like no one knows about that anymore, and people need to, like, read up about that shit, because, like, bro. Like, I mean, it wasn't, like, the savior or, like, the fucking guardian angel of, like, journalism or something, but holy fuck, it at least gave us some basic standard of integrity and principles when it came to journalism. But, idiot. Anyway, so I'll go for now and all that fun stuff. Get myself to work and all that shit. Oh, boy, it's so fun. But, you know, I'll come back.